at dusk. All the people shut themselves up in their houses, and there was nothing but the howling all night. But there it was so warm, and he was given food, while here, oh dear, if he only had something to eat. And what a noise and rattle here, what light and what people, horses and carriages, and what a frost! The frozen steam hung in clouds over the horses, over their warmly breathing mouths. Their hoofs clanged against the stones through the powdery snow, and everyone pushed so, and, oh dear, how he longed for some morsel to eat, and how wretched he suddenly felt. A policeman walked by and turned away to avoid seeing the boy. There was another street. Oh, what a wide one! Here he would be run over for certain. How everyone was shouting, racing and driving along, and the light! And what was this? A huge glass window, and through the window a tree reaching up to the ceiling. It was a fir tree, and on it were ever so many lights, gold papers and apples and little dolls and horses, and there were children, clean and dressed in their best, running about the room, laughing and playing and eating and drinking something. And then a little girl began dancing with one of the boys. What a pretty little girl! And he could hear the music through the window. The boy looked and wondered and laughed, though his toes were aching with the cold, and his fingers were red and stiff, so that it hurt him to move them. And all at once the boy remembered how his toes and fingers hurt him, and began crying, and ran on. And again, through another window pane, he saw another Christmas tree, and on a table cakes of all sorts, almond cakes, red cakes, and yellow cakes, and 3 grand young ladies who were sitting there, and they gave the cakes to anyone who went up to them. And the door kept opening. Lots of gentlemen and ladies went in from the street. The boy crept up, suddenly opened the door and went in. Oh, how they shouted at him and waved him back. One lady went up to him hurriedly and slipped a kopeck into his hand, and with her own hands opened the door into the street for him. How frightened he was! And the kopeck rolled away and clinked upon the steps. He could not bend his red fingers to hold it right. The boy ran away and went on. Where he did not know. He was ready to cry again, but he was afraid, and ran on and blew his fingers. And he was miserable, because he felt suddenly so lonely and terrified, and all at once, mercy on us! What was this again? People were standing in a crowd, admiring. Behind a glass window there were 3 little dolls, dressed in red and green dresses, and exactly as though they were alive. One was a little old man sitting and playing a big violin. The 2 others were standing close by and playing little violins and nodding in time and looking at one another. And their lips moved. They were speaking, actually speaking. Only one couldn't hear through the glass. And at first the boy thought they were alive. And when he grasped that they were dolls, he laughed. He had never seen such dolls before, and had no idea there were such dolls. All at once he fancied that someone caught at his smock behind. A wicked big boy was standing beside him, and suddenly hit him on the head, snatched off his cap, and tripped him up. The boy fell down on the ground. At once there was a shout. He was numb with fright. He jumped up and ran away. He ran, and not knowing where he was going, ran in at the gate of someone's courtyard, and sat down behind a stack of wood. They won't find me here. Besides, it's dark. He sat huddled up, and was breathless from fright, and all at once, quite suddenly, he felt so happy. His hands and feet suddenly left off aching and grew so warm as though he were on a stove. Then he shivered all over. Then he gave a start. Why, he must have been asleep. How nice to have a sleep here. I'll sit here a little and go and look at the dolls again, said the boy, and smiled thinking of them, just as though they were alive. And suddenly he heard his mother singing over him. "Mummy, I'm asleep. How nice it is to sleep here. Come to my Christmas tree, little one," a soft voice suddenly whispered over his head. He thought that this was still his mother. But no, it was not she. Who it was calling him he could not see, but someone bent over to him, and all at once, oh, what a bright light! Oh, what a Christmas tree! And yet it was not a fir tree. He had never seen a tree like that. Where was he now? Everything was bright and shining, and all around him were dolls.